Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm late. I was in traffic.
Mhm.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm excited, as always. I have Allie on my channel, and more than anything, I'm glad that I have her in the co-host seat with me, not
Oh,
just in name only, but also to be the steward of the ship, so to speak, because as Denise knows, it's organized chaos, or what's the expression?
yes, yes.
Disorganized, yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and of course,
Obfuscation.
I'm most happy that you're here with us tonight because there are about two or three others on that are far more probably impressive to some of you. But if it were Allie, I know you'll be here. So,
Oh, Jeff, you are well loved, Jeff. You got to realize that. Yeah, you got it. Yeah,
um,
thank you.
So disorganized, organized. Thank you, Denise. Hello, Samantha. Hello, Tiffany Tisdale. Hello, Cindy Lou.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Garnet. Thank you for being here.
Hi,
Root and Willow
Willow.
Readings. Hi,
Yeah,
how are you?
Mary. Yeah,
Who else?
Mary Starshine, Cindy Lou, Denise Fletcher, of course.
Of
Mary
course.
Thornberry's here,
Well,
and
Mary is
Ellen.
here, but
Ellen is here, and Denise, of course. Yes,
okay.
yes. Yeah.
So I put you guys up to a challenge this week. Since this country's one big giant grift now, anyway, I figured, why can't I? So, but no one took
I'm
me
going
up on it.
tomorrow. I'm going to be an alien tomorrow.
Yeah, be careful. Depending upon the part of the country you're in, there are two
Yeah.
cities, the National Guard's being deployed. So,
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't
yeah, it
know.
was on Aaron Parnas tonight. It was
Oh.
some Greg Abbott is deploying it, I think, either in Dallas or somewhere, and
Mhm. Mhm.
Glenn Youngkin in one of the cities or a few of the cities in Virginia. So,
George Santos was commuted today.
wow.
Next thing we know, we'll see Ghislaine out walking around.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
so
yeah.
crazy.
I just think it's very upsetting that LA has to worry about missiles being shot out at them while they're
Mhm.
out there. Yeah. It's not at all a hate rally. As a matter of fact, it's the opposite of a hate rally. So, yeah, we'll see. But that's why I'm going as an alien. I'm going to say I don't recognize this place anymore. Hi, Diana. Yeah. Well, good for you. Yeah, I'm just going to my little hometown. That's all. Yeah. No, there's not many people there. You meet like right in front of the Petco.
Oh, you
So,
do? Well,
yeah.
good. That's what that's not very clandestine, though, is it?
Mm-mm. No, not at all. Between the Petco and the Starbucks, so we'll be all set. Yeah. Good Lord. Yeah, it's crazy out there. That's right. It is.
So,
The admiral did step down today, and he just
oh,
did
really?
launch another attack. So, yeah, you're dressing yellow. Good for you. Yeah, I
They
got a
had the
yellow poster board. Yeah, yeah.
what was it they did today too? They did they're the Guardian's reporting that instead of, and it was on Kyle Kalinske too, instead of hitting Venezuelan, I'm sure you heard this, instead of hitting
Mhm.
people from Venezuela on one of those boats, we hit a group of people from Trinidad and Tobago. They weren't even Venezuelan on
And
the
have
most
you heard
recent
that
one.
they're mobilizing Venezuelan troops to start a war
Yeah, I've
with
heard
us
that
now?
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've also heard they've reached out to, whatever that global order is that,
Yes, yes.
yeah,
Entertainment purposes only.
purposes only, but
Yep, yep. Mhm. Oh my goodness. Quentin Crisp, I'm an illegal alien in New York. Is that a song?
Sting, an
Oh, it is.
Englishman
Okay.
in New York.
Okay. Thanks, Garnet. I knew it had to be a song. That's Garnet,
Was it
Diana.
which
We love
album?
our song lyrics. Yep.
You got me thinking, which album is that?
Hi, Jackie
Anyone?
Chan.
Someone
Yeah.
knows.
Uh-huh. Right now it's ground control to Major Tom. Oh, Lord, Lord. Oh, Willow, you had another weird dream. I know that they are full of messages for you. We just got to decode them, sweetheart. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, it's true Venezuela's rounding up there. Yeah, I know. And there were some asking for the speaker also has told everybody to go home. The Speaker of Congress, he's told everybody to go home until the 26th now of October. And so it only takes one person to vacate the speaker seat to file a complaint, and I hope they do. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, I know, Maureen. He is writing checks with his mouth that his butt can't cash. Yeah. There were people arguing typical points on a Facebook post about how, the other side, aka liberal side, wants to give this much money to help out Ecuadorian young women, or there's all these little things in there. Well, at least it's not $40 billion that goes to a country that
we've gone up 20 billion now for Venezuela.
We've gone up 20 billion.
I mean, Argentina. Yeah.
Yeah. And and I found out last night that we haven't sold $1 in soybeans. The farmers haven't sold $1 in soybeans that always were sold to China. But guess who did? Argentinians. Oh, okay. I'll have to check into that. Thank you,
Garnet. Is that what that's about? Is that what the song's about? Okay.
I guess so. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. You're on the correct side. That's right. Hi, Kim, Linda Bishop, and Tasha. And you know what they're doing? Have you noticed, Jeff, that they're playing that game where the names are different now, and our names show up as something else, so we don't know who the heck some people are, even though we know who they really are.
That's by design, probably.
Oh, okay.
I would think.
Keep us confused.
Not in a good way, but yeah.
Yeah. I get you. Oh!
This one's losing battery, so I'm coming in on something else. Okay, there we go.
All right. I was going to say, I thought you invited somebody else.
Okay. I thought I had been charging this one all day. Clearly I was not, because I'm running out of charge on it. So.
All right. Well,
can you hear me?
I can. Yes.
Okay.
Very well. You might want to get rid of the other one, though.
Superb.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any questions or anything, you guys? Same as always.
Yeah. Put your questions up. BBC reports Trump orders ex-Republican Congressman George Santos released from prison. Because why not? Yeah. Because just why not? Thank you, Acadian Proud. You're always so wonderful by putting that up in the chat. And we appreciate it.
Get rid of the top. Oh, there we go.
Commodity. Yeah. What is not Argentina that was keeping our aliens deported? Yes, no, it wasn't. It was Venezuela.
Venezuela, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. And I found out a couple things, which I'm going to say, but I don't know to be true factually. I just heard. But the lady that won the Peace Prize is the opposing party in Venezuela and has contributed to Trump's campaign. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there was some kind of, I don't know if it's true or not.
She dedicated it to him.
But there was some sabotage done in order for that to happen.
Really? That I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something about rumbling going on before they gave the award. Something like that. Yeah.
Are you taking also political, Jeff, or just personal tonight?
I'll do both.
Okay.
We'll do both.
We'll do both. All right. Very good. Just making sure. Yeah. Thank you, Ellen. Yeah, and we don't have to just focus on the bad stuff. We can talk about some good stuff if you'd like to. Okay, Ellen, that's great. Yeah, that's great. Yes, get comfortable, my dear.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Okay.
I'm trying to. Trying to.
Oh, really, Mary? You can find it if you Google it. Okay, I'll look it up. Yeah. Yeah, good. How's the weather? How's the weather there? Is the weather pretty good in Massachusetts?
Yeah, it was a little bit. If Trooper can sit out for as long as he did today, for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and there was still wind. Brody is neutral. Braden didn't like the wind, but Trooper hates the heat. So this was like the first time in maybe about 2 or 3 months that, and since we got him in March, we were going in the spring, that he really seemed to like it outside. So, but when I said we're going in, he was excited because that always means cookies. That means cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arcadian wants to know what part of Mass she has family in Gloucester. And I
South Shore, Rockland.
Yeah.
Not Rockport near you, Rockland.
Yeah, Rockland. Yeah. All right. Don Lemon had a video on his show. An ICE agent was arrested in Florida for drunk driving with his kids in the car. Oh, there's classy people. Yes, that's fabulous. Anyway, I see some questions. I'm checking them off here, Jeff. All right, let's see. 56 in Erie, Pennsylvania. All right. All right, Anita, thank you. John Hurt played the Elephant Man. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. I say we do a collective prayer-like thing for everyone tomorrow, even ones that are not going but watching. Yes, absolutely, Mary.
Let's do that.
I would really love to see over 6 million people throughout the country. And what really is impressive to me is that there's more than 13,000 or something like. I'm sorry, no, hold on, 13 countries that are also holding these. Yeah, and I'm very proud of that. Yeah. Okay, Midnight Express. So yes, absolutely. Everybody tomorrow send good, positive, nonviolent protesting. Many of us are going to be dressed up as animals or people. If my costume makes it, I'm going to be an alien. You could buy a double alien suit, so I got one for him and me. If not, I'm going to dress up like a bumblebee because yellow is the color of protest, and I happen to have that costume that I wore a couple of years ago. So if I don't have one, I'll wear the other. But I'm only going to a very small one. Yeah. Well, now you look comfortable, Jeff.
Now I'm comfortable. Yeah.
Now you're comfortable. All right. Very good. It's going to be a flashpoint for an energy shift. From your lips to God's ear.
To God's ears, right?
Yeah. Yep. Other countries are calling it No Tyrants Day. Thank you. Yeah. Yep. Oh. And some people can't go, and that's okay. But they can catch up on social media. So that's awesome. Yeah. So mote it be. Yeah. Thanks, Garnet. All right, Jeff. Well, we got a few questions here, so we'll start off with Ellen.
Ellen.
Mm-hmm. Wanting for a general read. Yeah. We got all the time in the world, Ellen. So there you go, girl.
Ellen, do you have any plants like locusts, Venus flytraps, anything like that? Do you do anything with horticulture? I don't know why I'm hearing that. Okay.
Wow. Well, I'm pulling from 3 different decks, and I sure get some good stuff here. First of all, Ellen, I'm getting that a breakthrough is coming for you. And it might be something that you've been working on, or it might be something that you're planning to do, but you just needed a little bit more either somebody on your side or something to happen in order for you to feel comfortable and to start this thing. But you have prepared and
Yeah.
organized it. Yeah. You're getting that too?
I'm
Really?
getting something like that. Yeah,
Like
about
that?
a crossroads or a
The
decision that she's
crossroads.
our new
Yeah.
plan or something. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, you prepared and organized for these things. And this is something that you've been working on for quite a while. And then I get the Phoenix. You will rise from the Phoenix in transcendence. So this is something really, really big for you. And it could be spiritual. It could be a new business. It could be whatever it is that's important to you. So that's
Yeah,
what
and
I
it's
get.
piece of good reading. So I kind of feel like there's almost this idea of like the children leaving the nest or something, or it's like at a cross point where if you did have kids or you didn't have kids, it's a metaphor for something that is coming to an end that you've already seen through, like the seeds were planted, they're done, and it's time to do something different. I brought back the Valentina Tarot tonight by Los Scarabea. Okay.
Cool.
So what I got for the current energy is the plan card or the house or the family. But what I did get is the crossing energy or the challenge card is the Knight of Pentacle reverse, which is this mercenary-ish energy where you've put a lot of energy into something, but as loyal and as dedicated as you've been to it, I kind of feel like it's run its course because you get the Queen of Cups coming through. And I think there are things that you've subdued for yourself, but now's the time to try to do them. Okay. I got the Six of Swords reversed. I don't know if you were taking care of somebody that was sick or somebody that was in a stagnant position until they walked out of your life, because it is in the past. And I kind of feel like a lot of what you were feeling before about being kind of frozen was because of them. But you're not you're at a point where you have to take the blinders off about I feel like there's a blind spot to them. There's like this one little thing where you can't make a decision simply because you're fearful of not how they'll react, but you feel this element of guilt. And that's from which you need to, so, but coming up, you're going to be free from the shackles of it. That's the Eight of Swords reversed. And then you're going to actually be commanding more of a presence in this role than you believe you are, because that's the external energy. And then the card that I got for you next was the Six of Cups. So the hope and fear I feel is that this could be something in the same vein or light, but it's really a time for you. They're telling me not to be overly charitable because it did come up upright. And then your outcome is the Sun. So it's a really, really good time for you. So I don't know what this is, but.
Well, she says it fits her plans to retire.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it might be that. Yeah. Yeah. I did, Kim. Thank you, hon. Yep. Wow. That's great, Ellen. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah. All right. All right. So we have will I move for a job because I'm having a hard time finding crappy jobs in South Dakota? But you have an extra question about a car. I don't know which one you want to get first. Do you see you getting a car? Which one would you like? Because she's
the state Kristi Noem was governor in.
Yes. Yes. Not only that, but you know that Kristi Noem was she did a video saying the Democrats are the ones shutting down the government and everything. And she's putting it at the airport.
And in the airport.
They refuse to do it there.
Boston's not doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a violation of the Hatch Act, too.
Of course it is.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, she's totally clueless.
Yeah.
All right. So which one do you want? Let's see. I don't see your answer here. So I tell you what, if you hear this, let us know, because we'd like to read on one of them for you, but we can't read on both because I want to be fair to everybody here. Okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, I know. She thinks she's going to run for president. There's no way. All right. So Arcadian wonders, will we be happy by July 4th next year? Depends on where we are. Wow.
I'm getting with this question. Oh, okay. So that's what we're okay. So, I'm gonna and you because Spirit wouldn't have wanted it any other way. If that's the question I look up after I've thrown the cards, I'm gonna apply it to that question.
Of
So
course.
I got the 5 of wands. I feel like the happiness at this point might be redefined by you or have to be redefined, and I'm going to tell you why. When that came in, that it means some sort of, it's not a bad card, but fives can mean stop, halt, and holts, but it can also mean that the idea that other people's ideas of what makes them happy have to inflect your ideas has to stop, because this came in reversed, which is the 3 of wands, which tells me that it tells me that someone else's plan is not your plan. What you believed would make you happy didn't. And it's about the action you take to affect it. So the motivation has to change. The idea, you're sitting in someone else's idea or something that isn't making you happy right now. But I think with the Knight of Swords, it can mean things like floods, or it can mean things like wind, excessive wind, floods, but it also can mean ideology or the way you think about something, which they're telling me if it doesn't change, it doesn't need to change totally, but it needs to change a little bit to fit what you want for a change. And then the 7 of Cups. So someone, to me, there are a lot of choices from which you can make one, but there's not a perfect one. That's what they're telling me to tell you for some reason.
Okay.
Then the Magician.
She works in emergency management, so she said.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting a sense of some sort of stress here. You're able to, in the past, I think most of the jobs that you've had, you've been able to balance a lot of this stuff out. But I'm wondering if emotionally it's taking its toll. I'm not hearing anything about physically, but 6 of coins. So, as far as charitable goes, what it's showing me right now is that you're more concerned with other people than you are with yourself. And I don't know if that's the nature of this job. But then you get the 3 of coins reversed, which is the plan itself, or the idea that you have to have about the goings on of what's going on in this place behind the scenes. I feel like you have been pushed into roles that have kind of compromised they're telling me integrity. They're telling me that you have more integrity than this job. And then you get the Ace of Pentacles coming in. Again, you get another Pentacle card. It is reversed. You're sick of, there's some sort of element of corruption in this place. There's something that's not being done that would fully realize your potential, is what they're telling me. And then you get the 4 of coins as the outcome. So it's like, do I stay for safety, or do I put my own safety first? You've built up a lot of relationships with people that I fear you don't want to lose, but maybe some of them you might have to.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm getting for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
She says that developing an emergency response for a WWF fight on the White House grounds is not something she's looking forward to.
Oh,
And
wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I totally understand.
Those cards fit.
Yeah.
And then this is corruption when it's reversed. The Ace of Pentacles. Yeah.
Wow. I'm glad you clarified that. I had forgotten that's exactly what you do, and it must be so depressing for you. Because
that is very depressing.
Yeah, the king with no, what is it? The king with no clothes, that kind of thing. I get here that, you feel like you're out of space somewhere because you have to deal with these crazy things. It reminds me of the Jewish space laser thing that was, it's like,
oh yeah,
it goes from one thing crazy to another thing crazy. And it's really wreaking havoc on your mind. I mean, and I would imagine why it would, that it would. And I know you only have 2 years left. And so do you dedicate and you have to dedicate the next 2 years to complete idiocy. But if that means that you'll get a good retirement plan, maybe that's what you have to just keep thinking about. But I do see a transformation for you or for the job. And it might be good and might not be good, but I get the feeling it's got to go at some point. I'm hoping it's got to go back a little bit in order to, because this isn't sustainable for anybody, especially yourself.
Yeah. I think that's what I got about it. I didn't want to say integrity, but that's what my guides were telling me here, because you must feel, I mean, it's not you, but gross doing this. I mean,
yeah. Can you can't last that long. I totally understand. No, I'm not. And maybe can you check in and see if you can retire early? If you can get your retirement and your Social Security, I don't know. But I understand. I'm working at the college level and we're being stripped of everything. And I don't see it being sustainable for me either. So I totally get it. And I'm sorry that you're going through it. Oh my God.
I am too.
Yeah. Yeah. The White House grounds belong to you and the people of America. Focus on that to deflect from the current occupant. Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Very wise Celtic seer. But, all right. So let's see. I'm going to go back now because I did get more clarity. And so she wants to know, should she leave South Dakota to find a better job? And without saying too much, right now, it's really hard to find a job. I'm going to tell everybody that right now. I'm seeing that. It's like right now, you don't want to be looking.
No.
Yeah, it's very hard. But let's see.
Did you ever work nights, Tasha, in anything? They're showing me like a flashlight at night, but let me just see. That's okay. I wish I had better cards.
I know. Could you give us better cards with
really good, can you give me better
positive images? Yeah. Oh my. Student loans. Oh, I get you, Katie and Proud. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, Marie, you're on the list, hon. I've got you in front of you.
I'm going to go right into this.
Yep.
I'm hearing long suffering here. I feel like you might have been doing this sort of thing, and I don't know if you've graduated, and I think you probably have, but it hasn't markedly improved your life, is what I'm hearing. I got the Knight of Swords reversed, which is, as I said before, you might have studied something that you really had a passion for, and unfortunately, it didn't pay off because you couldn't use it. Magician reversed, and or that the sparse, landscape maybe of South Dakota is not conducive to the type of thing that you want to do. And I don't mean literally. I mean like it almost might not have an industry for the thing that you're doing there. And then you get the Justice card that you're sitting in right now. So you're waiting for that ship to come in. You've done pretty much everything that you were told you were supposed to do to make it happen. But like in the past with the Devil reversed, it's chronic. And I feel like you've had a lot of different jobs that haven't fit what you're supposed to do. And they've been jobs that have been in the subconscious. I think you have an issue with men. I don't know what, I don't mean that in a derisive way. I think there's something here with boss energy that collides. You should be the boss and not someone should be the boss of you. You get the Empress though. Okay. So the possibilities for you are there. So all the future cards were much better than what I'm seeing now. Then I also got for you the 7 of Cups. This to me means the outward energy is you've been shown a lot of things as far as professionally, and I think you had an eye for different possibilities. I don't know if you have a liberal arts study or any sort of study that could be open-ended, but would require something in a graduate sort of location, because I do get this coming in, which is higher knowledge on some level, the high priestess. So I feel like you might need more schooling, believe it or not, even with, no, I'm hearing you scream as I say it. And I got the 3 of Wands reversed in the end. You need to change the plan. And the other thing with this is that I'm hearing the way the question's asked, you have to flip that energy, because, you know, if you think you're gonna get crappy jobs and you're just setting yourself up for crappy jobs, I'd get out of South Dakota at the earliest to yes. And try not to focus on the energy of it's hard to say it. Try not to focus on the energy of what isn't instead of what could be or what is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I agree to so you have a public health degree in environmental, and it requires a higher degree. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
We get it.
I got that.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm getting an end to the battle. And so my feeling is that you will find something somewhere else. And it may not be in your degree field or whatever, but it might be something that you find interesting and really like, because I get it will improve your situation. So perhaps it is time to look for work outside, and before you just move this somewhere else, do long distance job hunting, you know, see what the market is to determine which way you want to go and where you want to find this work. Because you don't want the consequence of a bad choice. So if you pick everything up and you move and you're in another state and you're not getting anything there either, that's not a good thing. So they want you to do a little bit of scouting. Maybe you can even put yourself out there with a headhunter or something that can help you do that. So, yeah.
Hi, Ascending.
Hi, Ascending. It's so nice to see you. And I don't think you've been in the chat since you've joined my membership, but welcome and thank you. Yes, absolutely. Oh, you need a certification? Okay. All right. No, Jeff had nailed you right on the head, didn't he? That's wonderful. All right. So Magic Mermaid wonders, are they trying to crash and manipulate the stock market?
Hell yeah. I don't even think we need to read on that one.
I think so.
I mean, look what they did with Barron. They say it could have been Barron. It could have been anyone in his inner circle about that crypto bit where he was going to put the tariffs on China. I mean, I'll read on it, see if there's more nefarious to it, because I want to.
Sure.
But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's a hell of a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and no one's supposed to talk about any of that, you know, which is typical. Oh my Lord. The energy around this is crown energy. What do you suppose that means? He thinks he's king. He thinks
The Arc to Trump.
Yep. Go right ahead.
So here's the thing with this. I feel like with this, and I'm getting chills thinking it, that they really don't believe in public they would get caught. And I'm going to tell you for a reason why. They're just so, or they don't care. And I always got, when they got into this administration, there was a lot of drug taking and they're totally out of their minds. But I got the Knight of Swords reversed, which is obviously bad ideology politically, but it also can mean like just a lack of forethought, a lack of preparation, going into something blindly. But that would be upright. But going the other way, it's almost like they're clearly trying not to see it that way. Like they just they want to be bandits. And then I got this, which is not being seen, right next to it as the challenge card. So it's like they're going to keep on doing it until someone stops them, because in their estimation, if you're not called out on it or brought to justice for it, you can keep doing it. And this is the collateral damage card. I mean, it's the Ace of Swords, so it's an opportunity and truth card. They know the truth, but they're choosing to ignore it. Because, it's like, which crime do you focus on more when all of
Right.
it's a shit show to begin with? Like, how do
Correct.
you even comprehend of it, fathom it? So it's the
Mhm.
page of wands that came in. Okay. So the messaging that we're sending them is that it's okay, is what I'm hearing with that.
Uh-huh.
And we're just the subjects and feeding into their narrative about what, I mean, he said the other day, he was surprised it was a New York Times article, I think. He was surprised, or it was the Washington Post. He said to somebody, he was surprised how little pushback he got. Well, even if he got pushback, look at all he's doing. I mean, he doesn't care. He wants to go out with a bang. This is 3 of Cups, so it came in here because I believe Mercury in Cancer, I believe. That's about partying. And also it could be a pact that they're all going to make money off of things together. They're all making a huge amount of money is what I'm getting.
That's
The
all.
Emperor, yeah, that's him, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
he's the one right now whose energy they're all focused on. But what I'm hearing is what is going to come of this is that it's almost like I want more, I want more, I want more. But yet they are going to come to a point where sharing among them is going to become a problem. That's what I'm thinking is about to start. Hi, Bora Bora. I think they're all going to like gang up on one another.
Mhm.
Page of
Oh, I
Pentacles,
think
that
so
all,
too. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, they're just looking for the next grift. Okay, that's what that's and that. I mean, that's supposed to be a good card, but I don't think in this instance it
Not
is.
in this instance. Yeah.
Outwardly, 8 of Cups reversed. No, denying self-responsibility or abrogating the position you have because you're above the law is the hope and fear, and they might fear it if they could take self-responsibility for it, but since it's reversed, they don't give a fuck.
Mhm.
And then I got in the end 5 of Swords, putting your weapons down. This is going to get violent. For entertainment purposes only. I think the only way is if someone actually goes in there and does something. Sorry, but that's what I'm hearing with this.
Right. Right. No,
I don't
totally.
think,
I
but by
totally get it.
regular means, this will get resolved.
I mean, usually you surround yourself with this people of the same mind. And if not, you'll just get rid of the ones that you don't want. But Celtic Seer says, by the way, Jeff, they're making a huge amount now, but they will also lose it. Yeah, that sounds.
And
sounds
what's
right.
interesting about it is it's like probably by comparison to what Trump's making, it's not. But
Yeah.
then again, how do we know it's not?
Right. Right. It's exposing the corruption inherent in politics and in man. If you're not on the right side of things. So yes, I get the crown. I get lightning, which means some unpredictable, shocking event will come in to wake these people up. Yeah. And then they're going to have to separate. They'll have to cut away from each other because they're all going to end up in some way being called out, like the Nuremberg trials at some point. And yes, we would all hope that would happen sooner than later, but it's going to unfold in its own timely way.
I don't see it ending.
Yeah, not right now anyway. Yeah. Wow. Thank you, Magic Mermaid. Anita, a read for the next 2 weeks. Felix has to be in Mexico, leaving Sunday for his appointments through the 28th. Will he get back soon? Okay.
One other thing I want to say about that is I could almost accept the grift, as sick as it makes me, if they weren't constantly lying or having Caroline Levick run and say that, 50% of this country is extreme left. And, even if we were extreme left,
and that we support Hamas.
And that we all support Hamas, and Antifa is anti-fascist. So if we're anti-fascist, we're against them, but that's not even an organization that's recognized. It's more an ideology, one person. It's not even
Yeah. And I've heard that they go to these meetings and they listen and they're told what to say. That's why you're hearing the same talking points
From all of
over
them.
and over and over, all of them, all the time. And it doesn't even make any sense to hear them say like that these people hate America. That's BS.
Yeah.
And the other people hate America. They're trying to rip it all apart.
Yeah, that's the idea here. And that's fine, because it is kind of like the Five of Wands, because they all have the goal to get there, but their reason for wanting to get there is different.
It's all different. Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Anita, I have here first the anchor for Felix, and that is very stable. You throw an anchor over, it's security, it's safety. I feel like he's going to be safe there in what he needs to do to get in and out of there. It looks like he could even enjoy himself. Maybe he tries some new kind of food that he likes, or try some cerveza from Mexico, who knows. But I think it's going to be easy and enjoyable for him. And so he just needs to remember, and you need to remember, to be strategic. I get the chessboard. Make sure you think through the moves that you make. For instance, if somebody says to him, hey, we got the night off tonight, let's go out of town and go take a ride down here. Maybe he doesn't want to do that, because the federales may be out or something. So it's just being smart and being strategic, but it looks like it's all going to work out according to the first card I get.
Okay, let me just finish this here. Does he have a mustache or a beard? I don't know why, but
let me see. Just visiting. I'll look.
So I also wonder about his heart too, if he's been very stressed out lately or in the past. I feel like this is a healing for him. This voyage has some element of healing, because what I did get is the Death card first. So there is some element of change to this. And I don't know if there's Scorpion energy involved here, but I kind of feel like the other card I got is the Two of Wands. So this is a voyage that I don't necessarily know was like a deployment or something, or if it's something that just happened immediately, where he kind of went and was like, oh, this actually sounds interesting to me, or I'd like to do this, or I'm being forced into it. The Three of Swords reverse. So either recovery, renewal in the past from a heartbreak, or some sort of operation. And then the Star for hope. I get that there's an arc to this. It's more than just a trip. It feels like it is encompassing a journey he has, almost spiritually. And I got the Page of Cups reversed, which tells me that I think on some level he needs to do this, because what he's been shown so far is not something he's always wanted to do. He strikes me as a bit of a risk taker, and he got the Hermit energy. He's not one for a lot of introspection, but I think he does a lot more introspectively and learns more about himself through travel. Wheel of Fortune reversed, the outward energy is the unknown, and I'm hearing just reward. The just reward might not be what he expects, but he got the Seven of Wands coming in the hope and fear. So I kind of feel like it's like do or die on some way for him to make this a success. The only thing I am concerned about, I don't know if you've fallen in the past when he's been away, or he's fallen. Try to be cautious and careful. If he's prone to excess, try not to overdo it on this trip, is what I'm hearing, whatever that means. That's what I got.
So Anita says this is to get papers finished. So it must be that he's, and I would understand why he would be stressed about something like that.
I got a lot of stressful energy from this, and I feel like, it encompasses a story to stay here, right? Is that what it is? It's like a life journey in a way, that way.
It is. I can understand now why you're so frightened by it. I wasn't aware of that. He wants to leave you home. He wants to come home so he can go back to work this spring. Well,
Yeah, this was a bit concerning to me, the full reverse. I mean,
uh,
only because I don't think it means, I think you both have a lot of apprehension about this. And this would probably be the time I wouldn't be traveling, but if he has to get it done, he has to
Yeah.
get it done, is what I'm feeling. Like it was like a split second, like I got to do this now. Right.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that my son-in-law just back in last year, he's Romanian. He got his United States citizenship, and he couldn't have got it at any better a time. It was way before all this BS, but it doesn't guarantee anything either. It really doesn't.
Well, there was this report today about someone in a park somewhere who was Hispanic, I believe, and he didn't have his papers on him, so ICE fined him $150.
Right. Yeah.
And that's part of the grift too,
Yes, it is.
It's so sick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Marie, you don't have to put your question up. You're on the list, but you're way down at the bottom. Okay. In fact, let me tell you, everybody, where we are. Janice Outdated, you're next. Mary Starshine, Kim, Red Dragon, Denise Fletcher, Just Visiting, Erin Marie Selentine, and Celtic Seer, Anya.
Hi,
Linda,
Bobby.
and Rose.
That's not Bobby. It's Bobby, right? Hi, Bobby.
Yeah. All right. Yes. Oh, I call for Hispanic. It's nice to see you, Bobby. Yeah. Yeah. Wonderful. All right. I understand, dear. Yeah. All right. Yeah, they have no right to charge. You're absolutely right. Look what they did to, what was it? Corporations, if you're bringing someone in, isn't it like they have to give $1 million bond or $100,000? I don't even remember the amount. Okay.
Yeah. And then tonight he's having $1 million plate dinner to celebrate, I think, either the building of that new ballroom, but you have to pay $1 million. Meanwhile, there's a government shutdown.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
And
just
the
like he's given the
farmers
big middle finger to the whole
Absolutely.
country. That's what it's like.
And there are still people that think that's okay. That's the hardest thing to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Janice Outdated, your doggy's adorable. We'll do a general read for you. All right.
You ever been to Hawaii, Janice?
Ooh, I like that question. Yeah. I have, has there been some sorrow around you? I don't know if it's loss or you're just feeling bad about something that happened. I get the sorrow card, but right after the sorrow card, I get healing. So it seems as though there is sorrow you're moving away from into some kind of healing that is going to come for you. So if that makes some kind of sense to you, it's at least good to know that that's what's coming. I get the Fool, and they're just saying that maybe make sure you learn your lesson so that you don't step off a cliff again and not, because it's important once something has made us sad or we have moved away from it and we've healed from it, we don't want to fall into that trap again. So there you go. That's what I got.
I get she's been burned considerably in her life, and I'm trying to tell the story here of what I see. Let me just look at the ending of this for a second, because then that would help me go back a second. Okay, so what I got was judgment. I don't feel I feel like, because you got the high priestess as the challenge. They showed me this person that just wants to scream her head off. With the high priestess reverse, there's no subtlety here. There's no nuance. You've about popped your gasket or whatever the expression is. And then it's like you had to put up walls because at a certain point, whether it was chronic fatigue or any type of issue with your headache or migraines or something physically seems wrong. I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. Then I got the Five of Swords in reversed, and it was like, I can't do this anymore. Normally, I can put up a front and look like it's rolling off my shoulder, and be passive aggressive about it. But now we're past the point of compromise, and I feel like this goes way back. So what's coming for you, to answer your question, Ace of Pentacles? What I'm finding with these cards is a lot of the cards for the future tonight are a lot better because you got the Empress coming in. So there's a vibrancy. They're telling me a vibrancy and a way out of the situation. However, this is a scenario where you may find that you have to leave someone behind, or they're going to leave you behind because it's time. And I don't know if anyone passed, if that's what that's about, but the World is coming in as the hope and fear that you won't reach something that you need to reach because you're going to make the wrong decision. You haven't had much faith in yourself to do that, but you're at a point where now it's kind of like, we all say we're going to do something, and then we put it out there, and we do what we want to try to manifest it. And yet, at the same time, when it's at that critical point where we have to go one way or another, we don't want to do it. And I feel like that's where you're at.
All right. Well, best of luck, dear. Best of luck. Yeah. Okay, so Mary Starshine, the dentist office claims you owe them money. You haven't been there since 2023 and paid for the service. I'll tell you what happened to me. About a year ago, I went to the emergency room and they sent the bill in, and I've always only had to pay a copay, never anything more. And I get a bill for like $1,200, but it took 8 months. And insurance hadn't done it. So I would call your dental insurance company and say, I'm calling because this dentist office says blah, blah, blah. And I want to know if you processed the payment. So there's something that you can do. Just practice.
Sometimes the provider doesn't send it into the right place. And
no, they don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jeff would know.
I see that on my side.
Yeah. 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 It's absolutely right.
And then we have to play games, and we do some intuiting with that because we see certain things on different wavelengths. Like they're telling you something about what's going on, and then like, well, did you get an evidence of coverage or did you get a bill? And then when it's dental, some insurances don't handle dental. Like we don't see the EOBs for those, so we have to think like what it is that you're telling us because we don't know. It's very interesting insurance. It's
I contacted the emergency room, and they, there's nothing they could do. And then I contact my insurance, and they're like, "Oh, it was put in wrong. It was just, simply put in wrong." But I didn't catch it for so long. I get here, call up the insurance company. You're going to get a good outcome from them, and since Jeff works in insurance, he knows more about it than I do, but that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
like a doctor tonight.
Here it is again. It's a shit show, right? It's this Knight of Swords does not want to stop coming in.
Everything's a mess. Yeah.
Chariot reversed. So I kind of feel like the claim was filed improperly, and or the agreement between the vendor and the insurance company might have changed.
Well, she wrote checks too probably for your portion of it, and you must have evidence of that. Yeah.
I feel like there's some missing piece to this that they need to see.
Oh yeah, there is no insurance. Okay.
Oh, okay. Four of Wands reversed.
Yep.
I sometimes think that, and I still get this from this, even though you paid in cash, that something is not like the I's aren't dotted, the T's aren't crossed the right way. Because the chariot can be about a broken contract or something that is out of place.
Right.
Um,
But she
and
can prove it with checks that
Yeah.
were written. Yeah.
yeah,
And if you don't have them anymore, your bank can give you a copy. They can go back. They can.
yeah. I would also talk to, I don't know why I'm getting this. I would also talk to, I don't know. I think Trump might have shut it down. The Consumer Relations Board or something
Yeah.
is what I'm hearing, but yeah, two of wands again. So I think there is a way. Someone did something and didn't tell you about it because this was in the past. Something was sent somewhere or something.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
But yeah.
nightmare. That's where you are right now. Real nightmare. And I almost feel like this dental surgery could have been something that had been medical dental that might have been
it's
to
possible
prevent
they did
something.
put it
Yeah.
in the wrong
Yeah.
account. That can happen too. Yeah.
And then this came in, which is the Seven of Pentacles, Saturn, and Taurus.
Mhm.
I don't know if they don't keep as good receipts as you do because it wasn't electronic. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. Not medical.
I feel like things have been they mistreated the claim. They appropriated or called the claim one thing when it should have been coded a different way. Is what I'm getting with the chronic death thing, and then the Page of Cups coming in.
Yeah,
I would
definitely.
I would subtly reach out to them. I think they put it on the wrong account or they're miscoding it because there's this sort of energy of being restive about it in the final analysis, like they didn't.
Right.
I feel like
since you have checks, you're really fortunate because if you had given him a couple of $100 bills, that would be harder, unless you had a receipt, that would be much harder to prove. So, yeah. Wow. Well, good luck, Mary. That's no fun. That was like me getting that bill. And then when I called the insurer, we'll send it back through. But I just
be right back.
You have to pay it. If you've already paid it and you've got the proof that you paid it in your checks, no, you should not have to pay this. Not at all. You've already paid it. So yeah, do not despair if you've got the proof that you paid it. It's up to them to prove you didn't. And if you just make sure you take copies of your checks, you don't want to hand them over and not have something in your hand. But I think your bank can provide that for you. You just call the bookkeeping department in your bank and you tell them what you did and when it was. And they'll be there to help you, Mary. Yeah, honestly. Yep. Yes, I used to work at a bank and I've had that happen to me as well. So before we move into Kim's question, I'm just going to put this up for everybody while we're thinking about it. And Mary says if we could do a collective prayer for everyone tomorrow, those that might be out in the protest. It's not really a protest, but the rally, let's put it that way. And those who can't go. So I'm just going to say that Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael protect us and help us come forward and to stay relaxed and calm and enjoy the day as best we can, knowing that we're with people of like mind who do not want a tyrant in the White House or anybody in the White House that's like taking our country away. So I'm just going to say that and move on. Thank you, Mary, for asking about that. Yeah. All right. So Kim wants to know if her guides and angels can give her a job. Not a job.
An M and a J. An M and a J, Allie. It's quite a difference.
What a difference a day makes. Would you like a message from your guides and angels? Thank you. Whew. Sometimes I think my brain, the synchronization of my brain just goes, All right.
They're telling me, they first told me smell the roses, then they told me wake up. Usually it's wake up and smell the roses. So I'm kind of feeling like you need some sort of motivation and you're not finding it.
Oh.
You're in a funk and they know that and they're upset about, yeah. It has something to do with your family. It has something to do with something maybe genetic. I don't know if you suffer from depression, but I'm getting something here about legacy or something that might be genetic that never was dealt with or never discussed or addressed, and they want you to address it. Yeah, Magician reversed. You're not in a place to do anything to make your life better until you address this one thing. I think the Emperor, you're sitting in that energy of someone that is very kind of like, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
and it's frustrating because you have every right to feel it, is what they're telling me. Eight of, and this is something in Taurus. I think it might be Mercury in Taurus. I'm not really, no, that's the 10 of Pentacles is Mercury in Virgo. This is whatever. 8 of Pentacles, I can look at the card because that's what this is. Sun in, or moon in Virgo. Sun in Virgo, I believe. So what it's showing me is that, and it came in reverse, I feel like the energies that you're expending on something can't be healed to make your life better until you address something that goes back to your childhood and or goes back to some element of a misuse or misappropriation of power. And then I get the 6 of Swords reversed, which is a bad diagnosis. And then I get the Sun for the future card got better again. The Sun comes in. This is what they're telling me is, I think I get it now. So first it was smell the roses, then wake up. I think the fresh sunlight, they're telling me that you have a ritualistic quality that helps you. And I don't know if it's nature or if it's the beach or what it is, but you need to adopt more of it because it can help you. I don't know if you're into, they're telling me homeopathic medicine or something. Justice reversed. What's just isn't always justice. So, you know, you might have to buck the trend to get yourself out of this funk you're in and do something totally unconventional. 8 of Cups reversed. The hope and fear is that you need to reclaim some idea about yourself that was imposed on you if you're going to get out of it, but it's that definition of insanity. And now you need to walk away from it. In other words, you can't be bogged down or feel guilty about leaving it. And then otherwise it's going to keep repeating. Death reversed was the end result.
Wow.
If you don't change it.
Well, I got some interesting cards because I got that energy. I got this disruptor energy here. And something that you need to move yourself away from that's holding you down a little bit. And it has to do with your generosity. You give and give and give, and maybe you're not getting back, you know. And it isn't like you want to make it equal. It's just that you need a smile. You need a kind word. You need something to acknowledge that you are a generous person and that you are appreciated. And I get interdependence. And I think that that is something that's happening right now. But I love this because there's a bee taking honey. So you are doing something for someone, but you must also take, as the bee does, take some for yourself, because this is very, very important at this juncture for you. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Kim.
Thank you, Kim.
All right, Miss Denise, what do you see for Taco Poco? Nothing good.
I just saw Baron.
You saw Baron? Yeah. What did he say one day? He said something about Baron being his only son. Did you hear that?
Yeah. The other ones don't count.
No, I guess not. I guess not. Oh, God. Oh, boy. This is interesting. So he's the lion because, you know, he has to roar out every day. But I'm hearing tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
Does he have a pacemaker?
Look what comes up. And I don't think it means in
Ah!
the very best way. Tick tock. Yeah. I'm just going to leave it there. Yeah.
Something's going to come out, I think, about his health this week more in depth because I got the 7 of Cups reversed, which leaves no choice that something has to be disclosed. It's not going to be anything big, but I feel like with the 3 of Cups, which is the challenge card with the Mercury in Cancer, that's the suicide pact, or he really is on the way out.
Well, he keeps saying that he's not going to go to heaven.
I think he could be teased. I think he might be teasing us, though.
Could be.
I just heard.
Could
Yeah. Queen of Pentacles reversed. So, what they're doing to try to help him is not going to help him long term. He's sitting in that energy where there might be like a night nurse in the White House too.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting something dastardly he might have tried with the night nurse. Wheel of Fortune reversed. Yeah. Bad karma. That's no surprise, but actually that's in the subconscious. We're not taking into consideration the fact that even when he tells us that he wants to go to heaven, he thinks by doing one good thing, which isn't even legitimate, which probably, I mean, from what I've heard, it's been broken already, that peace treaty.
Yes.
That doing one good thing, when you do so many horrible things, will even it out. He even knows that, and it's catching up to him.
It's catching up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's a lot of shame in this. I feel like he has a lot of shame that we don't see. He hopes things will be better, but he leads that up to the wisdom of the universe, believe it or not, because he just kind of believes like, well, if I'm the master of my own fate here and I've fucked things up the way I have, if somebody wants something higher for me, they'll bring it to me. Meaning like, having one foot in the water and one on the land, being grounded. If they want me that way, then they would have made me that way, but they didn't. Yeah. So I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm not going to back down. That's the internal, the way he's seen. The outward energy, just one more of the same shit show. Although if it were reversed, but there's something, I feel like something new might be coming in. It could be like what Arthur said on the 17th, or is it tomorrow? It was supposed to be today. He was getting the 17th. Maybe it's coming up soon.
Yes, it was supposed to be today. Yeah.
King of Swords reversed. That's him. He not an authority anymore. It's Miller. It's all of them. That's nothing new. Yeah. And then the Knight of Cups. They're telling him what he wants to hear to make him feel good about himself. Like you see people like Dr. Oz behind him, even today, telling him that, the cost of something isn't going to go down by X number of dollars. And, most of the time they just feed him what he wants to hear. So I'm just getting basically more of the same.
I was looking for some reason. I was ordering something, and sometimes I would get organic strawberries, and they usually are a little expensive. They're like $10. I mean, they're expensive. They are now $20 for a small thing of strawberries.
That's just wrong. Well, that's the thing I was saying too. I mean, I use it as an excuse to eat poorly because I'm not in a position where in this house I still feel like a guest. I mean, I don't want to dirty things up. The kitchen's too small. Anytime anyone eats anything, troopers screaming and growling and wanting it. But what I've noticed is that even the things that you would pay for ordinarily, like I think I spent like just the other day, $189, and that's not even for a full week's worth of food.
Correct.
I have to do another order tomorrow, or Sunday.
Well, they
so.
said that if you want to buy stock in something right now, if you have a lot of money, buy it in Hamburger Helper because that's off the shelf. You can't keep it.
Is it really? Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. You quit eating, so you don't have to wash the dishes.
Who quit eating?
Denise did.
Denise did. Yeah.
She got 3 aces. She got wands, cups, and swords in a row with 6 of swords and 4 of swords.
4 of swords.
Yeah, that's a lot of mental energy, isn't it? Swords, isn't that the mental?
I feel like, he's probably just gone.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Okay, just visiting. What do my guides say about my future
Bye,
in the
Kim.
next month? Yes, take care, Kim. Enjoy your time at the beach. Yeah. And next it will be Erin Marie, and then Mary Selentine will read for you. And after that, we have Celtic Seer, Anya and Linda Bishop and Rosie. And we have been on over an hour, but we'll finish up who we have, but we can't take any more, please. Okay, thank you.
Just visiting. Do you like cruise ships or sailboats?
Ooh.
I'm also hearing the ship has sailed. Let's see. Well, this comes in first, the star card.
Okay.
You're healing. You're healing from something. And I think, I don't know if it was a life's journey in a different life, if you do past life regression or anything like that, but I feel like you're informed by something that's coming in from the cosmos somehow. This is one big journey for you. And this is why for other people, it wouldn't be like, you see, I got, it's like a Black Hawk or something up top here. I don't know if it's it wouldn't be a seagull, that'd be white. I kind of feel like the next 6 months for you are about healing. This came in on top too. This is healing, or it can be like, stick a fork in it, I'm done.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's part of that. In the past, you haven't been able to make decisions the way you wanted to, mainly because I think either health or because you were led astray. But I really think you need to rely on the spirituality that you have cultivated between this life and another one, because it's almost like you sometimes feel like you're not meant for this world. The 3 of Pentacles came, and I don't mean that in this derisive way, like to yourself, like you hurt yourself. I kind of feel like you're misunderstood a lot. 3 of Pentacles came in reversed. So to me, something that you're not aware of right now is going on behind your back, and I don't think you've been consulted about it. And it has something to do with a decision they're telling you that needs to be made. But Hierophant reversed, you're gonna buck the trend. You're the way you're seen as someone that is revolutionary or doesn't defer to higher order anymore because it hasn't turned out that way. And then a lot of people on the external side think that it's impotence, or that you're bucking the trend because you don't want to do the work or something, which you need to relax, is what they're telling me. It's not because of that. And this is coming in the hope and fear again. The 8 of Cups are reversed. So try not to listen to them, because I feel like you're being lied to. I don't know why I'm hearing that. 10 of Wands. You do a lot of spiritual work. Okay. Also, sometimes, I don't know if you've had any experience with someone who might have been an alcoholic, but a 10 of Wands reversed could be a cirrhosis of the liver, or it's like something that is so burdensome that it needn't be anymore. And I think through the spiritual motivation that you do have, that I don't think someone around you agrees with. I don't know if they don't agree with the dogma or they just don't agree with you. You'll be able to help yourself out. I feel like you're going on a pilgrimage or some sort of
guess-
spiritual journey.
Mhm. Yep. Your husband's health, and he does do his work to take care of himself. Yes to the
Okay.
alcohol in your life. Okay. Wow. So I get here that you're turning in, meaning
Yeah.
you're working in the inner you. And you said you do spiritual work, meditation, automatic writing. That's very, very evident from this card. And you are actually flowering from doing such. In other words, it's helping you grow and flower into this more spiritual person. There's a completion coming for you. The last piece of the puzzle is going to be available for you to understand and work with. And I love this card anyway, is because it's right here in the third eye area. It's like that's the last puzzle piece, and you will have elevated yourself and come out of what you've needed to do. But the last card I pulled says, remember who you are. And so don't let anybody else tell you that you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. If it makes you happy, that's all that matters. And it looks to me like you are doing that very thing, and you are growing exponentially in doing so. So keep going. Yeah. I understand. We understand. All right. Let's see. We have Erin Marie. May I have a reading to lift my spirits? Well, let's hope so. Let's see. You lost something important to you today, but then you make a laughing face. So, all right. And you're pretty upset. All right. But it looks like you're taking it in a good way, Erin Marie. But let's see what we can come up with. I could pull some funny cards if that's what you'd like me to do. I have some real choice, strange cards to pull, actually. Let's see.
Did you ever have an animal named Bandit or any animal that began with the letter B, Erin Marie? I don't know why, too. They're also telling me something about stop bending over backwards for somebody.
Oh. And I just
Okay,
dropped
so
cards on the floor.
yeah, this should be a happy time for you. This should be a time where the wishes are fulfilled. But for some reason, I feel like something isn't coming in exactly as it was told to you that it would. It's that one thing that's getting in the way of making not everything perfect, but making everything palatable. Because you got the hangman in the challenge position. There's a delay. And then you get the Eight of Swords, which is having to free yourself from some sort of element of something that you're too kind about something I'm hearing, and you're not giving yourself the chance to verbalize it. I'm very much the same way. So I put it in writing. I feel like you're the type of person that might do the same thing, where you might do a lot of lists or things that you don't always accomplish, but I feel like you need to go on more gut instinct is what they're telling me. In the past, Seven of Swords. So, you ask someone
earbuds, and you know how expensive it is. Yeah.
I feel like you had something that was, it's not the first time that you've been down this road of trying to reclaim something that you lost, because that's what the Seven of Swords is. But it may not even be about a reclamation, but a declaration. They're telling me, like, if you say it and will it, it will start. If you say it for whatever reason, and normally most people wouldn't say that, but because it's swords and ideas, if you think differently about it, it'll get better. In the past, there was something with family and or plans that went awry. And then coming up right now, 10 of Swords reversed. So I'm not thinking that, what do you want to call it? That this is going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination, but I also think that it's time to heal. If you can free yourself of the situation, Page of Swords, you're a Page of Wands, so there's something new, creative on the horizon for you that you've wanted to do. Even if it's not money making, they're telling me to go ahead and do it. Eight of Cups reversed. Again, I feel like you give too much and you're supposed to take responsibility for other people's garbage, and that needs to stop. Page of Chalices. Don't drink from the poison cup, they're telling me. I don't know why. They're telling me also that you have an offer coming in with there's something coming in about whoever tried to sell you a bill of goods that would make you either rich or happy. It didn't work. And yeah, I feel like you might have been in not a Ponzi scheme, but something where Knight of Pentacles, like, I guess there could be loss to this, but you really bent over backwards for this because it is mercenary energy, or it could be an assassin. Like, you had to do someone's dirty work for them, is what I'm being told. And it ended a relationship. Either it ended someone else's relationship with someone else, or it ended your relationship with this person because you didn't want to do it. You tried to tell them that, but it didn't register.
Yep.
That's what I get.
She says it's not the first time if you're talking about losing something and getting upset.
Yeah, that's what I am talking about.
So it's very interesting that I pulled these cards, and they're funny cards, but they're drawings. That's why they're funny. But I pulled up Fairy, and then I pulled up the Angels. I pulled up the call on the fairies and the angels to help you find this thing you've lost. Because if you call their name out loud, I would get up and even say, you can call on the saints. There's a saint in the Catholic Church, Saint Anthony, please come around. What's once was lost, but must now be found. If there's something about this, you may end up finding them. You tried an affiliate marketing. Oh, okay. Okay, honey. Wow, Jeff. That's amazing. Look what I got here, though. I got the guitar. We use our earbuds to listen to music. We use our earbuds for a host of things, but music is primarily what we use it. It's saying you've got the music in you. And if you call on these crazy looking little drawings of angels and fairies, I'm going to say they could help you perhaps find these earbuds. Yeah, I'm so sorry, dear. That's because I know you're not working, and I know this is just a financial burden for you. So I'm really sorry. What is it that sometimes I also look at? What is it that I don't want to hear? What is it? Because you lost the buds and you can't hear it. Yeah. Yeah. All right. And so good luck. I hope you find them, honey. All right. Marie Celentine is wondering if and for some reason it just went away, but she's wondering if she and Philip are ever going to get back together. That's what she's wondering. So you are next. Okay. I'm sorry that you're so despondent and going through so much. I don't know if this is the question that, we're going to tell you what the cards say. I don't know if that's going to guarantee you're going to feel better or not. So, I like the idea in the chat. Thank you for bringing this up, everybody. If I didn't have I have my husband, but if I didn't have my dogs, I wouldn't be a happy person. So some people don't like them. Cats, dogs, even a bird might be something that would make you happier.
What's the question we're reading?
Yeah, I'm sorry. For some reason it went away, but it was, will she and Philip ever get back together?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry that it went away. So what I have for you, Marie, is to proceed carefully. So I don't know who was the one that pulled the plug. You getting that too?
Yeah.
I don't know who pulled the plug. Yeah. But
Yeah.
you've got to be very careful. Number one, if it was he that pulled the plug, I'm not sure if he's got that tolerance yet to even talk about it. It's possible. If it's you that pulled the plug, then you could always proceed carefully and apologize and say that you would like to get back together and that you miss him and so on. But be careful, because you're and we can tell you're in an emotionally overwhelming situation. This is really, really knocked you down. And I think we've seen that in the chat from you not having anyone to chat with about it or talk to about it. So the last thing I get is thought and strategy, which is interesting because proceeding carefully when you're emotionally overwhelmed is hard, because everything comes from that heart center and you can't see clearly. So here it says, think about what it is that you want to do and what you want to say in order to make any discussion productive. Don't point fingers, explain your side of things, if in fact this is something that you both agree to do.
So what I heard from this was soulmate betrayal. But what I'm going to tell you is the future looks a lot brighter than what I'm getting as the backstory. So Knight of Pentacles reversed is a stop. It's the end. It's no longer salvageable. But then I got the Page of Wands that came in reversed. This is like, when this is up, it's good energy for motivation. When it's a sabotage. I feel like you were sabotaged spiritually by him and burned by him. But I wanted to ask you before I forget, had you known him from young youth, like really young youth? Because I feel like this is someone that doesn't really know accountability wise where they're supposed to stand on an issue. And the reason I'm saying that is when the energy came in that the relationship had ended, it seemed to me like a lot of it, you know how like some people say, well, I take responsibility for this or this or this or this. I don't feel like this is someone that would ever do that. And I also feel like with this card coming in, that in the past, there was a kismet. There was like a simpatico, like you were really made for each other. And then that all got blown apart. In the subconscious energy, you kind of saw it all coming. And I don't think you wanted to acknowledge it, or he wanted to acknowledge what he had done wrong. And I feel like that led to either cheating or some sort of thing where it was like someone said to someone else, either you do this as an ultimatum or I'm out of here. And I feel like it wasn't fair to you if that happened. But in the future, the prospects are better without him. But I need you to be careful of going back to him, because in the position of the outward energy, people are telling you to stay away from him. But the nine of cups reversed is that one thing that would make it perfect, but it was never going to be perfect. And that leads me to my next question, or I think I alluded to this earlier. When I said you had known him for a long time, young, what I meant by that was, I feel like people grow and they change and they evolve, and either someone wasn't remembering things fondly that went awry. In other words, you can't fix something that was never there to begin with, that was wrong. In other words, it's like it was a flash in the pan. But I also feel like this is the type of person that if you had a child together with them, they weren't the best parent. And then I get the Page of Swords at the end. This can be spy energy, but I also feel like more personally to you, it's about going in a different direction from him. And it's about creating or something new, idea-wise or study-wise, that changes the way you see yourself. But the thing about that is, I don't know if someone got caught cheating. Did he cheat on you?
Yeah.
Was there any sort of infidelity about money or anything in that relationship.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be sexual. It could be
Yeah.
somebody that did something behind your back that was not very nice. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not seeing an answer, but
I'm not either.
yeah. Okay. I know. I wish we could give you better news. I really do. But I agree that if you're going to pursue this and you're going to go back and talk to him, that you be very careful. Very careful.
Yeah.
And yeah, it may be that you'll find somebody much, much more aligned with the way you are than he is. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Our next person is Celtic Seer, who is fabulous and also just had written that December looks pretty good for us and as we go into next year. And she's an astrologer, so that makes me really happy. So let's do her. Will Barron Trump eventually pay for his interference when Trump departs? Oh,
Marie Celestine knew him from 9 years when she was 9. I think that means 9 years old, or did you know him for 9 years? Because in French, you say, I mean, I knew them since
9 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Depuis 9 année, or 9 12, whatever. Yeah.
For the past 10 years. Okay. Yep. I don't know. Sometimes, I mean, I was involved in a relationship that I wanted to make work and it just couldn't. And I destroyed years of my life trying to make it work when it didn't work. So sometimes we have to really turn and move into a new direction. But
that's how my mother felt with my father. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. Barron. I just think this whole grifting family is.
Celtic, do you mean the whole crypto thing that they're alleging that he might have been a part of, or do you mean just in general?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that could be the betrayal, honey. The abortion that you had when you were with Philip in 2020, that could be the betrayal. Maybe did he want it? If he wanted it and you didn't really want it, that could have been it. Yeah.
I feel like that was probably it. Then.
Yeah. All right. So I have cut out distractions. Then I have the bull. And I think this is just meaning BS, if you know what I mean. And then I get, there is hope that would happen. But I don't think these people are ever going to go away. They're going to be a stain on.
I agree based on what the first card was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to evolve. I think the tenor of MAGA will become more radical.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. What I'm getting, no, they're going to, if there's anything that he has culpability for, I'm not seeing him having to deal with it. And I'll tell you why, and he's not even worried about it. I am now getting that there is something, but he still doesn't have to be worried about it. Okay, so in the past, the moon, there's something there. He did something, okay? But when I get the 8 of Wands reversed, it can be a new plan. When it's upright, it's Mercury and Sag, something that came in very suddenly. I feel like, given that the challenge card for him was the 7 of Cups, and I'm not making excuses for him, I kind of feel like there was no choice he had. There was this one thing he had to do for somebody to aid and abet them. Because I got Magician, and that usually implies something to be, I'm thinking it's the crypto thing, something where someone else could be the patsy. And I feel even if he's not the patsy, it's just that imperfection of being young and believing it and thinking that he could, in his subconscious, get away with it because all the rest of them do. And then the Page of Pentacles came in, which to me means like the crypto, the money,
Yeah.
will make it worth your while there. And oh, you know, like you're only worth 150 million to, you know, our 400 and 500 million that your brother Don Jr. has, something like that. I don't know. Temperance is indiscretion. So there was something done that, but it came in reversed. So he's got to be careful because I think there are eyes on him where there aren't eyes on the others, which seems like the opposite to me. The devil came in reversed. I think they're looking to see if he's going to keep doing this.
Uh-huh. Wow.
He is afraid. He does fear consequence, believe it or not. He does.
Yeah.
And I know there have been people who have said that he's like the rest of them. He is, but there might be some modicum of understanding that, you know.
Yeah.
And then the Knight of Wands reverse. So the romanticism of power for him is not what it was to the rest of them. I mean, he sees it from, if we're looking at it from his energy, he sees it as something that is abused, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in power comes abuse. He may turn out like all the rest of them, but at least for now, we're not there yet. Does he get caught? No, he's going to have to keep doing it. And just like Ali said, with these people being around, I'm sure he's just going to he's going to keep doing it. And if he does, it will catch up with him. But it won't be like now. It won't be in the next 6 months. I don't think.
Yeah. The she says the eclipse is in his chart, hit his chart, and the influence can linger up to 3 years. So it's going to bite him in another avenue, probably.
Yeah, I'm not getting now Celtic either for this for some reason.
Uh-huh. Yeah. All right. So we have, will I be able to find a job selling art again in my new city or be directed to something else? I'm still committed to energy healing for animals and writing.
Have you ever painted, Anja? They're telling me you'd be good at it. You're welcome, Celtic. He wasn't cheating physically, but mentally, yeah. Marie, that's awful. That's worse in some ways.
Why would you want to go? You don't want to go back to that because they don't change, honey. They really don't. Yeah. You were an art major. Yes. Anya said she was an art major. That's
right. I feel like Anya was a good art student. I feel like, whereas, you know, like some people have like one type of art they're good at, or, you know, even through trade or that they've honed. I feel like you're good at all of them, but let me see what the cards say.
Yeah. Ooh, I love this. All right. All right, Anya. I get patience and nobody wants that card, but patience.
Yeah.
And it says to bubble your boundaries. So I would say to put a bubble around yourself, realizing that sometimes, because the last card says block out chaos. And I know you have that issue sometimes where you can't be focused on something for a really long time. So it will work for you if you can do those things. That's what I'm getting for you.
My thing with this is that there's a collision between the work that you do and the art and the expense of time into a creative energy that gets sucked by what you're doing, maybe professionally. I'll tell you why. I got the Page of Wands coming in, and that to me means that, yeah, the inspiration and motivation and the talent's there, because the messaging comes through the channeling that an artist does, and that's what I feel like a page is. It's about messaging, but you feel so drained from either having to make a living and or being a slave to the dollar, or you might be in a position where it's totally antithetical to art. It's about making dollars. But man, if you can merge the two of them together, you would be so happy. Like, if there's some way that you can incorporate your art, because yeah, I got that. You're very talented, like very talented, because this came in too. this came in the subconscious, which kind of reverses it for me. This person has everything. They're in their authority. There's that element of autonomy. But sometimes they kind of question it. You don't need to. In the past, this was about either someone that was obsessed with you or an obsession that you might have had with something, or having to divorce yourself or remove from situations, start taking care of you. So I'm kind of feeling like at this point, you're well-rounded, and you're not just well-rounded in art, you're well-rounded in finance, and you're well-rounded in these things that come in the subconscious. If there was a way to merge the two so that you didn't feel so exhausted, because I'm getting for some reason that you're tired. 7 of Swords, you're afraid you're going to lose it if you don't use it. That's where you are right now, and you're trying to balance the two, because you're trying to reclaim what's already there, and you don't need to. And that's what this is about in the energy outwardly, right? You're holding on to this idea that I'm going to lose it. No, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And then King of Wands reversed. That to me, when it's female, it's about boundaries. When it's about male, it's about risk versus reward. And I feel like in the outward, you've done enough of that to where you know what the boundary should be. But I feel like someone's overstepped professionally with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the opportunities there, but just don't make yourself overwrought with thinking you can't do something or come up with something new creatively. I feel like you might even be using some sort of new form of art. And then 7 of Pentacles reversed. So go do it, but don't overextend or overexpend energy, they're telling me.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, you're just getting back up to speed. Yep. So get that focus going, sweetheart.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really love that. Hello, Fatima. It's nice to see you. Yeah. Wow. I want to make sure, Rosie, you had a question, and I think your question was, will people ever be, I put it in here because I can't find it now. Will people ever pay for their crimes? Was that the question that you wanted answered? Because I can't find it right now. So I'm just going to do this. Linda says this isn't really a question, but I want to know. She said Texas is going to have their own stock exchange. And so I'd like to read on that if that's okay. Yeah.
I heard oil. I heard oil with this for some
You
reason.
did? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see what we can find out here. If there's any deeper thing. That tells me that, oh, okay, hon. Thank you, Rosie. All right. Thanks for getting back to me. My feeling
They're seceding.
Yeah. They've been talking about that forever and ever and ever. And yeah, and now they're trying to make it an all Republican state, and they're gerrymandering and doing all that. They're prepping their
secession.
For a secession. Yeah. That's what it seems like. Yeah.
It's not good, whatever it is. It's not good. It's not good, you guys.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
It's gonna get real. I'm getting like energy of like the Wild Wild West.
Oh geez.
And this chronic need for that whole manifest destiny bit, or we're the chosen ones, or what was it called? There's a historical term for it. It's not manifest destiny. It's something else, like something exceptionalism. I don't know.
American exceptionalism.
Exceptionalism. Yeah. That's what I'm hearing here, and I don't think it's good. And I want to point out that it's chronic. It's within their blood. It's
It is.
something that can't be changed. It's like in their DNA.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's a real downer. I don't know if it's going to affect the rest of the country. I know that something runs through there that does mean a lot to the country. I think I've downplayed the role of Texas. When I only went once, and I went to Houston.
Yeah.
No, I went to San Antonio, which was beautiful.
Oh, it
with
is
the
beautiful.
Riverwalk. Yeah.
There
But
are some beautiful areas.
there are
Yeah.
parts of it, but I just feel like all this bad energy coming in. It's 2 of Wands reversed. This plan is kind of subversive, I'm hearing, and it is about the country in the blue versus the red with the binary sort of thing here. Are you getting good cards on this at all?
No, not really. I got gossip and rumors, and
Yeah, I don't want to
also
read this.
interference. Interference, step-by-step approach.
Oh my
And then
God.
They will manifest this if that's what they want. And that's just today's energy. And
Yeah,
that makes me ill.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried because these aren't very good. Queen of Cups, jealousy, bitterness, rage. 3 of
You live
Wands
in
reverse.
Dallas, in Denton. Yeah, I live.
They're gonna get it though. They're gonna get it.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna get it. And or it's gonna be something they can lord over, and I'm getting a chill on this. Something that is gonna help them lord something off the rest of the whole country.
Oh, of course it is.
It might become the seat. It might become the seat of power. Trump might.
Oh.
I'm hearing this. I don't know if you're gonna like it, you guys, but I always did see Greg Abbott becoming president. I'm wondering if
You've
he
seen
doesn't
him
become.
being president?
I saw him in his wheelchair in the White House. I don't think he's going to become president, but that would make sense if they moved the seat of government down there. They want to just turn this into some some sort of like 1890s Gilded Age, like Wild Wild West insanity.
And
That's coming.
it could be true that we will have a division, and if we have a division,
It would be right in the middle.
Right in the middle somewhere. Yeah, I know. No effing way. That's we don't want that to happen, of course. And
Abbott is doing everything Trump wants to the letter. Yeah, he's just putting everybody where, if he wants someone deployed, he'll do it. He'll go even further. Well, how much do you want? How many seats do you want? President Trump, so.
Yeah, it's very scary. It really is. But remember, everybody, these are the energies of today, because there are some machinations going on behind the scenes. And remember that in The Wizard of Oz, don't pay any attention to the man behind the scenes.
That's fine,
because sometimes this is just going on and we're not aware of it, and it may change tomorrow. This is the way these energies work. So you thinking Abbott can be stopped by termites eating the wooden ramps? Oh, well, that's cute, Denise. I love that. That's cute. Yeah, I know. We can't hear what we're not ready to face, but maybe, people spend their lives passing everyone away and never figure out what their common denominator is. That's for her. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's for Marie. Yeah. Anyway, well, I had a fabulous time again.
Me too.
So thank you for being with us tonight, everybody. Yeah.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Please like and subscribe on both of our channels, okay? And go buy my book. Would you?
Yes, buy Jeff's book, please. Yes.
The grift is real. No, but
is
seriously, I'm proud of it. Yeah, I'm proud of it.
Absolutely.
Remember, and I already started writing again. Yeah, I'm on Substack.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. You can't.
That's right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Duh. Bye.